Welcome to the You Can Fix You podcast, the podcast for all of your flawed and sexable needs. This week, it's episode... I can't take it seriously.
Nobody can.
It's provocative.
I'm trying to do something that's good. We can keep consistent, but every time...
No,
That's not that.
an
silly.
accent is not that.
Yeah. Your own voice would be great.
I don't know what my own voice is.
I know there's
Do I even have a voice? What is a voice?
comments on our social media sometimes
Where
like,
is he
are
from?
you American or Irish or Canadian?
Or just confused.
Yeah.
So yeah, episode 21 we're on to now. We broke 20! Which
Nice.
Is that a thing?
Maybe one of these days we'll, do
Actually
well.
record them properly.
Episode
I'm really
21.
confident.
This is a good start. Self-sabotage. We're trying to sabotage
That's what we've been doing this
the
whole
podcast.
time.
We're
It was a
sabotaging.
bit the whole time.
It was all building
Curveball.
to this episode.
Why do we do it, and how can we stop it? Self-sabotage. But first,
A word from
JP.
our sponsor.
What? Oh,
if I have one lasagna
yes.
and I place it on top of another
I
lasagna,
feel like this is a GCSE maths question.
do I still have one lasagna?
Good question. I think it becomes a mega lasagna.
A mega lasagna?
So you still only have one lasagna.
One big lasagna.
A meglagna?
I wasn't sure if the cheese layer in like the top cheese
It's
layer
supposed to be
made
like
a
4
difference.
layers or something.
Is there a
feel like-
set,
Is there a room?
I think there.
set number of lasagna layers?
I'll do a young Jamie. How many layers does a lasagna?
So yeah, let us know in the comments how many layers you think a lasagna.
Typically around 3 to 4 layers.
3 to 4 layers.
So if you had 8 layers, it would no longer be a lasagna.
Huh?
Some recipes even go up to 12.
Oh
or
no!
more.
So it is a full
Oh
lasagna
gosh,
then?
yeah.
But is that not a different... Why are we talking about this?
Because we're sabotaging ourselves. We're sabotaging
Goodness.
the podcast.
We're-
We're supposed to be given actionable, helpful info, yet we're going on
And
tangents.
yet we're doing everything but that.
Yeah. Why do we do it?
I don't know.
I want to know, Jenny. Tell me now.
The human condition.
Hmm.
I don't like confronting the things that are wrong with us.
I think we need we need a circumstance or situation that we do self-sabotage. So
Okay.
Okay. You have injured your hip. And you are doing nothing about it.
even though I know if I do something about it, it'll help.
Yes. Yes.
Well, it's sore to do that, and it's like a minor inconvenience.
But
because
what
of
if
the
it's
pain.
not sore? Like, for example, you have not even an injury, but you're just like, I could do 5 minutes of a head to toe flow right now, joint circles. I'd feel better for doing it. No pain
Might not, though.
associated that. Well, you won't feel worse. So there's no pain associated with it.
But
It's
you might.
5 minutes, time-wise, and you'll probably feel better after it, despite JP being
I feel like
annoying
it's
over
though
there.
Jenny's the little angel on Tom's shoulder and I'm the little devil on Tom's shoulder and Jenny's like, you'll feel better for it. I'm like, no you won't. You'll feel worse.
But that's not why I don't do it. I don't go, oh, you know, I might feel worse, so I won't bother. That's not why I don't do it, even though it's only 5 minutes. Like,
The spiral, I think, for me would be that you think, especially if it's something that's came back that I've had before, I'm like, oh, what's the point? It'll just come back again at some other point. Why even bother? And that's kind of the spiral I would go into of like,
yeah.
sure, it might feel better, but sure, I'll have to do it again later
yeah,
anyway.
I think that might be a good starting point, is where have we self-sabotaged or avoided things that we know would help?
Where to begin?
Let's keep it to a stretching mobility context. Fitness, potentially. So, Tom, are you referring to a back pain flare-up there? Or...
Yeah, back pain flare up and kind of like knowing what I do will help, but just not wanting to do it because it takes a little bit of effort. And right now, in the way that I'm sitting, I feel okay right now. If I go to stand up, it'll hurt, and I can't be bothered with that right now.
Yeah.
And the kind of actionable thing there, because obviously I don't do it all the time.
No, because you do actually do
I
stuff.
do actually do the stuff.
Yeah.
I do the stuff I talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
But
Tom
yeah,
does his doo-doos.
I do my doo-doos. I do my doo-doos. I love doo-doos.
You do your doo-doos.
So the big thing here that I'm going to find is going to be most helpful, I think, for people is that self-awareness of catching yourself on and being like, oh, what's the point? It'll just feel worse again. But yeah, like, why are you dealing with it feeling bad now anyway? It's like, you know, you want to have as little pain in your life as possible.
What?
Because it's going to happen at some points.
Yeah.
So the more you can do to kind of make that amount of time that you're ever in pain less, it's always worth it. So yeah, that awareness whenever I do find myself going, oh, sure, it's sore, I'll fix it later, I'll do it later, instead of just fixing it right now, I do catch myself on being like that, and I then do get up and do the thing.
So you just basically remind yourself this is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that tends to be enough to go, fine.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. But it has to be achievable.
Yeah.
If it was a big job, I don't think I'd do it.
That's a lot of bigs.
It is.
That's a big one. What about you, JP?
Well, yeah, probably similar to Tom. Somebody had told me the phrase, we prefer the pain we know than the pain we don't know. And so, yeah, I can picture myself many times kind of going, oh, I could do that. But like, it's not that bad, is it? I mean, I can deal with it now, so I'll just keep dealing with it. And then, as you were saying, is like in the moment versus in the future. And it's kind of like the worst type of type 2 fun, where you know it's going to be hard work and that it's going to be a challenge. But if you can do type 2 fun, you get way more reward from doing it. So if you can get over yourself in that moment, we know it'll get better.
And what's type 1 and type 2 fun?
Oh, sorry. So type 1 fun is like, oh, look, there's a chocolate bar. I'm going to have the chocolate bar. I'll feel happy.
Yay!
The issue is that then you feel like a slob afterwards, or like... generally, type 1 fun comes with instant gratification and not so many long-term benefits, whereas type 2 fun...
No, that's all I need.
Is, is something that when you look back on it, you go, you know what? That was great. Like, you go for a long hill walk, and it might, like, you might get tired at the time, it might be cold, might be rainy, but then you look back on it in years to come and you're like, that was a great trip. You know, we had a lot of fun. Wasn't it character building? You know, that's how I like it, type 1 and type 2 fun.
Yeah, so it's like we are generally wired towards that type 1 instant, how do I feel right now in this moment? And that's quite a human thing, I think, to be like, I feel, yeah, I could manage this right now. That's so I'll keep managing it. And also that weird, tomorrow I'll be better.
Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow when I'm more motivated and when I'm more organised and when I feel less tired. That sort of like...
Next week it'll all blow over.
Yeah, it'll all calm down next week. And then once this happens, then I'll be able to get started. And it's sort of this weird lie that we tell us that life is going to calm down, or that we are going to somehow be better tomorrow. It's like, unfortunately, you're going to be the same person you are right now. Yeah.
I could either address this thing head on, or I could have a bottle of vodka and 20 cigarettes and not need to think about it.
Wait a second.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me all over. That's my years ago. If I had anything slightly stressful come up in my life, like, I get drunk, I don't deal with that.
Now I don't even remember it.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, that's so self-sabotage obviously comes in many forms. Like, we're going to talk about training and mobility and stuff, but there's some people that are so composed and so good in some areas of their life, yet completely destroy themselves in others. So it can be like your relationships or anything. You could be the best boss in the world and you're so good at work and you do all this stuff and everyone thinks you're amazing, and then you go home to your family and you're like, you annoy me, go away. It's like you're just sabotaging this relationship because you can, which is one of the trickiest things, because I find people are more likely to do things for other people than they are for themselves.
And it's easier to spot problems in other people than your own. I mean, there's the classic biblical parable of, remove the log from your own eye before trying to remove the stick from somebody else. Because it's easy to see that, but actually there's a lot more kind of going on with yourself.
It's as if you would say to somebody else, all you need to do is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Say it yourself. All you need to do is blah, 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 and you feel all right. Whatever blah, blah, blah may be.
Yeah. But there's a weird sort of like, also, I can't quite think of it, there's a good word for it, where you almost don't want to get out of the pain in some ways as well. I don't know if it comes from familiarity or like JP was saying, I know this is what I'm staying. There's that some kind of sense of I deserve this, or I'm not I can't. It will be too hard. And if I try, I could fail. And if I don't try, I can't fail. And it's much safer if I don't. And there's sort of that weird, like, just staying at the bottom of this pit that a lot of people gravitate towards.
It's like wallow in your own self-pity, but it's not that. There is a word for it.
Yeah, I think there is like a good term for that. And I see that quite often because there is so... You speak to people, we speak to people like, say, in seminars or whatever, and you're like, all you need to do is this. And they're like, I know.
I know.
Yeah.
I guess sometimes as well, because there's no finish line necessarily, I find it much easier to do a task when I know there's an end point, where when it's just kind of this indefinite, you need to do this semi-regularly.
Yeah.
And yet, I've done that for 15 years with exercise. I mean, there's probably 1 or 2 occasions where for more than a week and a half I haven't done something, and there's no end point to that. So that,
What's
you know,
the
you can
difference?
do it. It's just finding a strategy for your particular problem, whether it is a mobility issue or, you know, any other sort of self-sabotage.
Yeah, and any kind of story you tell yourself of like, I've got this, I've got that, it's going to be harder for me because of this reason and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, but you're making it even harder.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, it may be harder, but it could be a little bit better. And always try and sway yourself towards that little bit better, rather than just being on the path of just getting worse through what you're kind of choosing to do. So it's kind of accept the level of self-sabotage you'll allow yourself to have and make peace with it. So it's like, well, yeah, if you want to self-sabotage yourself, accept, like, picture out how much self-sabotage you're going to allow yourself.
Yeah,
like, if I get a
moping.
back pain flare up, it's like, am I not going to do anything for a whole week? Like, just not move at all for a whole week? How am I going to feel after that week? Because I know I'll feel much, much worse. So it's like, I'll maybe give myself a day or two to have a wee sulk, but then I'll get on with it, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a bit about like being kind to yourself as well, and acknowledging like, yeah, this is hard. This is terrible. I hate this. At the minute, I hate everything about the situation. That's okay. You don't have to be like, you know what, let's go. I'm so positive about my recovery and my journey. This is going to be amazing. Like, you're never going to feel like that. And if you're waiting for it, then yeah, you'll never get started. So acknowledging that, like, you know what, this sucks. And for today, I'm going to sulk about it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But don't let that slip into, and tomorrow I'm going to sulk about it. And the next day, and the next day.
Sometimes even when you're on the train, you've gotten over the fact that, okay, it's not motivation, it's maybe a bit more discipline, that's the kind of thing. You're doing it. And then all of a sudden you're like, no, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Almost like you don't deserve it, or you're just like, oh, maybe it wasn't that important actually. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I remember. And then you fall back into the pit again.
Oh yeah, that's when people are okay, when they're fine.
Yeah.
And they stop doing the stuff that got them there and keeps them there.
Yeah.
That's so common to see. It's like, I was doing all this great stuff and now I feel great. I stopped doing the stuff.
Yeah.
For a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
months.
the better you get, say, in this mobility context, the more wiggle room you tend to grant yourself.
I see what you did
But
there.
yeah, if you've only just passed that threshold, you can't immediately stop.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, okay, we'll reduce it, maybe instead of 5 times a week, we'll do 4 times a week, not stop completely. Yeah. Because then you will end up back, and then you're like, oh, so I'm never going to be fixed then. And you're like, well, you are. And it comes back to things we said before of like, okay, so you can say, I'm never going to be fixed. And you've got 2 options. Accept that and go, well, that's my life now, and be really sad about it and continue to get weaker and in more pain potentially. Or you go, this is my life now, so let's do whatever I can to make it better.
Yeah, you only get one of them.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to build up new habits, and your body and your mind, I think, will revert back to what you know best very quickly.
Totally.
If you don't really fight to ingrain these habits. So if there's something you really, really want to do, if there's a way that you picture yourself, you have to really fight and push for it to make that change within yourself for such an extended period of time until you get to the point that you've done that for more of your life than not. Like, so we're talking 20, 30, 40 years of actually doing something until you're like, that's you.
Yeah.
Like for you, JP, if you don't get to work out for a week, I'm sure you get agitated as anything.
Oh yeah.
You're like, well, I've always done it.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, for a long time, for years, it was like if I had fallen off the wagon of not training, I'd be like, oh well, I'm used to that. I'm fine with that. Doesn't bother me.
I think perfectionism comes into it a little too.
Mm.
It's something we see a lot. If I can't do an hour-long session, or if I can't do this well, or I can't complete something to a certain standard, there's no point doing it.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing in self-sabotage, and we see a lot in SMM. It's like we have the main program and then provide regressions and adaptations. And if people can't do the full sort of like
ideal,
yeah,
sort
like
of ideal scenario.
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
the proper movements in air quotes, then there's no point doing it at all.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, we tell people so frequently, like, do 2 reps of a regression. Like, you don't have to do 10 reps of all
well,
the
exactly,
exercises.
and especially if somebody's finding SMM is their full work, like that's the program that they're doing, and that's all that they're doing. And then if they can't do that full, well, then what's the point? And I think that was one of the things that's helped me a lot is for the way I work out, it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour, but I always have a get out clause. If the warm up went not well, just leave. You're done. Like if you start the warm up and you start to feel worse, go home. You're done, and that's fine. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Rather than having to suffer through the rest of the session, because at least you did move and you did test your body. And 9 times out of 10 you do your warm up and you're like, I feel way better. This is going to be great. And just having that sort of low barrier to entry for relative to what I'm capable of was helpful.
I kind of do that with contingency workouts. So I would do the warm up, and if it's not happening, I would go, well, I know I can definitely do this.
Yes.
And they're usually quite simple workouts, very unloaded and stuff.
Not sitting on a bike.
Not sitting on a bike, no.
Because the other thing is when people are, building the grand plan of how they're going to fix everything and it's going to be perfect, is that they plan, okay, if I am motivated now, here, I'm going to do these 6 things, I'm going to do this, and then I'll stack that and do this. And
what would LeBron James do?
I know, and then forgetting the fact that most of the time you're probably just going to feel normal. Some of the time you're going to feel motivated, and some of the time you're going to feel completely demotivated. So if you could plan something that works for your demotivated days, then the rest of the schedule works.
And that's really helps with the overwhelm side of self-sabotage. I can't do it all, so... Or I'm not ready to do it all, or that seems very scary or very hard, so it's so much safer and easier for me to not do anything at all.
Yeah.
And like it's a totally different scenario, but that came up with me one time. I'm quite nervous going to new places. I do get quite shy. And so I was going somewhere totally new, and I was like really nervous about it. And so instead of having this whole big thing in my head that I had to go to this place and speak to these people and do this stuff, I was
and
like...
I have to network, and I have to remember people's names. And
so much going on that I broke it down into like, well, you know what? The first thing we can do, we can get changed. We could go put your right clothes on.
Which can sound almost like patronising, and you're like, all right, you're being stupid now. But no, it's legit one of the steps, so count it as a step.
Totally. And then like I got there and I sat in my car in the car park going like, you got changed.
Yep.
You drove here. You parked up.
You didn't
great.
crash. Yeah.
No crashes. We're involved.
look at all the things they've already done well.
Yeah. And you're like, I could go home now.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Asked myself. No, I can do this. Because I was like, let's break this ginormous thing down to me. If that, obviously not to everyone, that would be a big thing, but to me it felt so big that I did allow myself that, okay, we've gotten this far, how do you feel? Like that check-in, no, I need to go home, like that would have been fine. And I would have acknowledged, well, what did I do up until that point? Great. And next time maybe we can go better. And you can do that with stretching. It's like, okay, I've got the full SMM here. Oh, that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do 1 rep of the first exercise.
Yeah.
How did that go? You feel like we can continue? Okay, let's do 1 rep of the second exercise. And that's totally acceptable. And great. Like, that's how it starts sometimes.
Well, one of my favourite ways for people who are finding SMM as a program when you're starting out can take you like 30-40 minutes.
Yeah.
That if you're not used to doing anything is a massive achievement. And equally, you've got 15 different exercises to look at and understand. Even if you do a follow along, it can still feel like a lot. So like, all right, day 1, pick one exercise, do it, tick the box, go home. Day 2, do the first 2 exercises, tick the box, go home. Day 3, do 3, and you're building it up more gradually. And by 15 days, if you then are doing 15 exercises, great. Had you tried to do the full thing, failed, and never opened the program ever again, that would be a that would be a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So
you only fail when you quit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we might say there's an ideal way to do something. That might not work for you because everyone works differently.
But this sort of gentle, be kind to yourself stuff really works well for me. I find that's how I work best. But that doesn't work well for everybody.
No, it doesn't
Tom?
work for me. No. I'm very much... Do you want to be like this? Is this what you're happy with? Is it?
Tom, do you want to take a sip of water? No, I'm going to take the whole thing. I'll show you.
If I can't drink all the water, I'm just going to die.
All or nothing, baby.
But yeah, like you need a much firmer hand of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you should be able to do this. Why are you not be able?
Yeah. Or not even you should be able to do it. It's just like what it takes to get to a point. And so it's that kind of, I always love that idea of like sitting, imagine yourself, right? Every habit I have right now and everything I'm doing right now, if in 5 years' time, does that lead to do I feel strong? Do I feel happy? Do I do things I want to do? Or the way I'm feeling right now and sitting and being miserable and not wanting to do whatever, in 5 years' time, if I keep doing that, what's my life look like? I was like, oh, I don't like that. No, I'll do the thing. So yeah, no, I'm very much now, just because I made so many mistakes when I first started, because I tried to catch up really fast whenever I got into training because it wasn't in my mid-20s, and I was like, I've missed so much time. I should have been doing this since I was 16. I need to cram 10 years of work into 1 year. And I did. And it really hurt me. And I picked up a ton of injuries that were actually avoidable and completely wrecked myself. So I self-sabotaged myself with enthusiasm. I was so eager to catch up.
Well, that's almost that all or nothing kind of.
Yeah, to beat other people that like I completely wrecked myself and gave myself a ton of injuries and stuff. So yeah, you got to make sure that you're doing the stuff that is taking you in the direction you want to go, I think. So that's what works for me. But yeah, absolutely, we've coached people as well exactly the same. Like I would never speak to some clients in the way I would speak to myself, because I know that they'll just immediately not defend,
like shut down,
push back.
yeah,
like no, I can't deal with that, no, and just do nothing. So you'll have actually stopped them doing anything. You
totally
needed a bit of help and a bit of assistance that way. So
yeah, and that sort of having that coach-client relationship is so important, and it's such a precious thing when you do have a good balance between somebody you respect as a coach with their knowledge, but they've also taken the time to get to know you, your struggles and your mindset and how you think, and that they can go and call you out when you need called out, but also in the way that you respond to.
Yeah.
And if you do find somebody like that, hold on to them and don't let them go, because they're hard to come by.
I love it in a class setting as well, because it's almost like you've got multiple personality disorder or something. But if you're walking around, you got a class of 14 people, you go into the person at the back, you're like, you're right, buddy, you got this, yep, just like pace yourself, go a bit slower at the start, speed up towards the end, you're okay. Next person, listen here, you maggot, if you don't pick that up, I'm gonna drop you right now. Next person, here, look, you're doing that wrong, again, like we talked about this, you're still doing it wrong, you need to go lighter with that weight. Next person, hey, last time you lifted like more than this, you could put a little bit extra on. Like, we've been doing this for 15 years now, and you haven't increased the weight once. So I think we're ready. Do you think we're ready? I think we're ready. So you go through all these different people and stuff, and I have at least 6 of these people inside me.
You wanted to look good on the beach on your holiday. It's only 3 weeks ago. You gotta pull your socks up, lad.
So yeah, you got to find the things that work with you best, and if you can also find people that you train with or be coached by or stuff like that you gel with as well. I think that's really important. Don't put yourself through a trainer that you don't gel with.
No, not worth it. Yeah. That's where the self-awareness comes in with self-sabotage. Not only what are you doing, are you aware that you're self-sabotaging in the first place? Because
I can't stop drinking. Where are you going every night? The pub. Have you tried not?
I couldn't possibly. Yeah, like that first step of self-awareness is realizing you're the problem, not blaming someone else. You know, if only this program was an app, then I'd do it. You know, like there's all these like things that we blame
Wow,
that aren't
personal.
ourselves, and it's like, well, actually, no, you're the problem. That's the first step of self-awareness. Then it's also being aware of how do you respond best to motivation. What gives you that kick? Is it being like no nonsense with yourself of like, this isn't hard, get up right now and do it because it's only going to take 60 seconds?
Yeah.
Or is it that like, well, what's the first thing we can do here? Let's just breathe, calm down and think, well, what if we just stand up? You know, like it's that self-awareness of how's best to then cope with yourself once you've realized you're the problem.
Yeah. And yeah, kind of, it said earlier about somebody maybe feeling like they don't deserve to do well or to
Yeah.
have success.
You do.
But yeah, exactly.
do.
And look at other areas of your life. The areas of your life that you probably ignore because you already do them well and you assume then that they're not important. But actually, somebody else out there isn't able to do that. Whether it's the particular job that you do or how you interact with your family, like everyone's got things that they're good at and they become blind to because they're just normalized. So trying to have the awareness to see that and go, well, if I can do it there,
Yeah.
I could be able to do it somewhere else.
Yeah. Recognizing how amazing you are in other areas of your life,
Yeah.
and that can carry over
Mm-hmm.
into stretching and mobility and looking after your body.
Mm-hmm. And giving you confidence to try new things too. If you got better at one thing, there's no reason you couldn't get better at another thing. And
Yeah.
what's the definition of madness? Is there a definition of madness?
Doing the
Trying-
same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah. So if you're finding yourself in the same place
Jenny's like, no, it isn't.
multiple
No, there's
times.
there's like a second.
Is there a second
No,
one?
you carry on.
Well, I'll carry on.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in the same circumstance multiple times that you are not happy with, you've got to think, have I done something wrong?
Yeah.
Am I doing something wrong? Is this my fault?
Yeah, what is this pattern here?
What is the thing that I need to break so that I can actually stop running into this position?
It was a different phrase. So it's courage is knowing it might hurt and doing it anyway.
Ooh.
Stupidity is the same. That's why life is hard.
That tickles well.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. That is so true.
Yeah.
But JP, why is it called a building when it's already built?
Because there's too many lasagnas in it.
Exactly.
I feel like you have a store of these questions to try and catch me off guard.
Is
practice with
tomato
them last
a
night.
vegetable or fruit?
It's a fruit. It's got seeds in it.
Yeah.
So does that mean the ketchup is a smoothie?
Ketchup barely has any tomato in it. It doesn't count as a smoothie.
Yeah, if you blend a tomato, that's not what you
Here's
get.
someone that paid attention to nutrition. I like to sabotage that. That's the worst. One of the worst ones I found for me is anytime I try and lose weight, I would try and eat less and exercise more. But what I found was if I exercise more, I want to eat more. So
Tricky.
that's why I kind of fast and like don't eat until later in the day, because it'll get to a certain point and I'll just be standing at like 9 p.m. and just demolish a bag of Haribo, like a whole bag of sweets by myself. No, I'm doing it. Watch myself doing it going, you should be doing that. I still continue to do it anyway because I need the extra calories because I've used the extra energy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So luckily for me, I'm quite thankful that I'm still able to lose weight like that anyway. But yeah, it's so funny that. So what I started to find is like, okay, I keep sabotaging myself when I train harder and try and eat less. I keep messing up the eating part because I've trained too hard. So I changed the training because that's where I was sabotaging myself. My training was too hard, so I was too hungry later on. I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah.
So I did easier types of training and ate less, and found I was able to not overeat then. So that was where I was sabotaging, was actually the training.
To me, you're weird. I remember you saying that you found strength training increased your hunger. Whereas like low intensity exercise decreased it. I'm the complete opposite. If I do low intensity exercise, I could demolish like 2 large Domino's pizzas and not feel full.
Really?
Whereas if I do strength training, I don't want to eat.
Yeah.
It's so weird
Totally
how
opposite.
again, you got to know yourself and how you respond to things. What about you, Jenny?
What about
On
me?
the subject of
You
training types?
saboteur.
training types and how hungry you feel? Do you? I mean, you're hungry all the time.
Feel
I know,
hungry after any training, no training.
Before
lots
training.
of training, after
but does
training.
it change depending on the type of training?
I don't think so.
I think so.
Don't know, yeah. I've never noticed
There we
anyway.
go. Got the full spectrum of people then.
Yeah.
No, like if I do, even if I'm not even lifting that much, if I just do like 5 sets of 5 heavy deadlifts, immediately like I'm like must eat.
Do you think is that a learned thing? I know we're way off tangent here, but is it a learned thing, or is that because most of my training was volume based? I learned to kind of be hungry, and because I was doing it in a relatively low calorie state,
Yeah.
I've sort of associated long slow distance with feeling hungry.
Could be.
Did you start doing strength work first, or did you start?
I don't think you started doing
Went all in
cardio
with
yet.
everything. No, I'll get the cardio
Resistance
one
bands,
day.
Jenny. Resistance bands.
Fast resistance bands. Was that in a podcast?
That was our last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I edited. Yeah. Call back. Episode 19.
So yeah, I think, have we got some kind of ideas for self-sabotage and avoiding it? And
I still feel like it's tricky because the things that you already self-sabotage on are the harder ones to deal with. I feel like the areas that I don't self-sabotage in were easy to overcome, but the ones that are left are hard to overcome, and I don't know why.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're never going to be in this state where we're doing everything we want to do all the time.
Hey,
That's
I resent that. I want to excel in everything.
and yeah, if it was something you could easily fix, you'd have already fixed it by
Yeah.
now. So self-sabotage isn't going away. You just need to build up this like toolbox of ways to get overcome it that match your personality
Yep.
and that match the situation. Because not everything you can be gentle with yourself, and even me who prefers a gentler approach sometimes finds myself having no choice in a situation, and I'm like, oh, just pull yourself together then. And so you just need
Like
to
a jigsaw, Jenny. You just gotta get the corner pieces first. Let's go.
yeah. First things first, second things second. That's what I say to myself a lot. It's like, don't get overwhelmed. We'll do the first things first. We'll do the second things second.
Worst version.
Start with the dumbest version. Yeah, like there's so many things that I have to help me cope when I'm like, it's more about getting overwhelmed, I guess, but that usually then leads to self-sabotage. So just building these up is the best way to deal with it. Learning how you respond, how other people respond, and you can that's going to be the only way to get around it, really.
I have none of those. If I feel overwhelmed, I just get Jenny to do it.
It's almost like a get out of jail free card.
Jenny!
Yeah, like the same guy from earlier. I can't remember. Anyway, they said when you're trying to get motivation, you're trying to overcome a problem. You need both a carrot and a stick.
Yeah.
So something that draws you forward, but also something that stops you sliding back. Jenny introduced me to the worst version. You say dumbest version. I don't like the word dumb. So worst version. The first time you do something, it's going to be the worst.
Yeah.
Unless you're me.
Except in baking. For some reason, the first time you bake something, it's perfect, and then the second and third time, it's worse.
Really?
Yeah. But generally speaking, yeah, when you first try something, it's not going to be good. That's how you learn. But be okay with that and expect it to be terrible, rather than expecting it. Maybe I am, a genius at this, and I'm going to be perfect. So yeah, I find that to be a helpful sort of carrot forward, that it's okay to be bad at it, and then to stop you sort of sliding back sometimes can be harder to find. Deterrent.
Yeah, because that's
Stick.
sometimes based on like, well, I feel bad if I don't keep this
therefore I
up.
will get fired.
Yeah, so if the only reason to not backslide is that you feel bad,
Yes.
we don't often value ourselves enough to go, oh no, then I should prevent this. It's like, well, it's only me I'm disappointing.
An external source.
Yeah.
It's like failure to the outside.
No, I don't think you should rely on an external source. I'm just saying it's weird how when it's only if the only person we disappoint is ourselves, we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Which is really weird, because that should be the stick behind you. Like, remember how bad we felt?
Yeah, sure.
don't you remember that? And it's like, yeah.
Well, the other aspect as well is if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so, especially with this kind of thing with mobility and self-sabotage, that's where the community, the Facebook group, is so powerful, because people are sharing their wins in there. They're also sharing their struggles and getting support around it. And you find people stick with things way better when that community is around. So I think that can be a really powerful thing.
That's very true.
You don't have to be a hero. You don't have to be the lone soldier. Like, get some people around you. Even if it's online, it still can.
You're right. We have quite a few Facebook posts saying, in our group, saying like, I'm really struggling to get started. What do you guys do? And the amount of people
just come up with ideas.
Just
Pick one, see if it works.
Crowdsourcing. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a big thing as well. If you keep self-sabotaging yourself and you keep trying the same thing, there's always multiple ways to achieve certain things. So try one of the other ones as well, because you might not sabotage a different one. That's something I've been really learning in the past couple of years. Like, there's a bunch of things that I will self-sabotage myself with because I don't enjoy doing them. I don't like doing them. I have no interest in learning them.
Emails.
So I will deliberately be worse at the thing and like just glaze over and not even understand what's on the page or the screen or anything I'm reading anymore. Or like when I was trying to learn how to drive, I would deliberately like turn the wrong way and stuff because I hated it so much. I would sabotage it so much. But then I was like, you know what? I'm okay with not driving. I like walking and I still get places. Jenny takes me places. But yeah, not complete avoidance, but there is always different. So if you're trying to get fit in a certain way and you don't enjoy lifting weights, then try something else. Try martial arts. Try a different thing as well. And if you can get some kind of momentum with that going, you might be able to come back to lifting weights or something at another stage, and because you've done something else, you'll be like, I can do this now. So,
yeah, that's true.
Go to tommorrison.uk, stop sabotaging yourself, grab a program, get started. The level 1 stuff is the best place to start because that's your foundation and it builds on to everything else.
At tommorrison.uk.
At tommorrison.uk. Nice.